Hello everyone, and welcome to the introduction video for my new Let's Play challenge. But I won't be doing this challenge alone this time. I'll be joined by my good friend and YouTube colleague, pdwinnall, who we can welcome now.
Hello everyone, I'm pdwinnall, or Phil, and if you haven't heard of me in my channel before, I do very similar things to Matt, and there'll be a link in the description to my channel.
Anyway, on to the lowdown of the challenge. Before we get on to the challenge details, we're going to briefly mention how our respective series will be brought to you. My version of the challenge, much like my recent Wedlocke, will be brought to you daily, going live at 7 AM Greenwich Mean Time.
On the other hand, we'll be streaming my challenge once a week for a few hours at a time. I will release a video and be active on my Twitter account, link in the description beforehand, so you'll have some forewarning of when it will happen.
So, the project that we will be working on is a Wedlocke challenge for Pokemon FireRed and Pokemon LeafGreen. I will be tackling FireRed, and Phil will be taking on LeafGreen.
If you don't know what a Wedlocke is, it is a variation of a Nuzlocke challenge. Starting off by explaining the basics of a Nuzlocke, the main rules are as follows.
Rule number 1. If a Pokemon faints either in battle or outside of battle, it is considered to be dead, and cannot be used again. It must either be deposited into a PC box or released.
Rule number 2. You are only allowed to obtain one Pokemon per area, and, furthermore, you can only catch or receive the first Pokemon in this area. This means that if you faint or run away from the first world battle in a location, then you may not catch another. This also applies to gift Pokemon, so receiving one of them then means you may not catch a Pokemon in the area.
Rule number 3. All of your Pokemon must be nicknamed. This rule isn't particularly game changing, but it's a fun thing to do which helps us to bond with our Pokemon some more. Both me and Phil will be nicknaming after our viewers, so feel free to leave suggestions in the comments below, and if possible, specify which Pokemon you'd like to see or think the name would work best on.
Now, those are the rules for a basic Nuzlocke challenge, but for a Wedlocke, some changes and additions are made. Firstly, going back to rule number 2, there are some alterations here. For one, you may never catch or receive a genderless Pokemon. All of your Pokemon on your team must have a gender. The second change is that if you have, say, one male Pokemon in your party, you must ignore any wild Pokemon that are also male, and must wait for a female one to appear. The same applies if you have 2 males and only 1 female, or 3 males and 2 females.
And now onto the main rule that defines a Wedlocke. In battle, each of your Pokemon is paired with another Pokemon of the opposite gender. This means that you may only use these 2 Pokemon in that battle. You can switch in and out between them freely, but not to any of the Pokemon on your team. If one of the pair dies during the battle, then their partner must be sent in to either avenge the death and finish the battle, or die trying.
If both members of the pair die, then a new pair must be chosen to fight, and must do so under the same rules as the original pair. If only one member of the pair dies during a battle, they must be paired up with another partner, either from the PC or a newly caught one. Outside of battle, partners can be freely switched around with each other.
And also, just before we summarise the video, we've decided that if we black out, i.e. lose a battle, then that is our challenge over, even if we have other Pokemon in the PC. But if we do fail the challenge halfway through, we should then go on to complete the game as a normal Let's Play.
So, just to sum up, number 1, when Pokemon faint, they are considered dead. Number 2, you may only catch the first eligible Pokemon in an area.
Number 3, all of our Pokemon must be nicknamed, and number 4, Pokemon are partnered up and fight battles in pairs. So, all that remains to be said is that we hope you watch our challenge. It will be coming to you very soon indeed. See you guys next time.